Hi everybody. My name is Marlena Augustina. I've actually never posted to YouTube before, despite being around during the inception of YouTube. I'm almost 30, and I've had a YouTube account for a very long time, but I've never posted. But the reason why I'm posting today is because today is my 6 years clean from heroin. And that's definitely a big deal for me because I was using heroin for 5.5 years. So the fact that I've been clean longer than I was using is definitely a big deal. I turn 30 next month, and it's definitely surreal. I have had a very interesting life so far. And, dealing with various issues with mental health from a very young age, not just personally, but familial as well. And losing a brother to suicide, and actually having two major suicide attempts, one that left me in a coma, and my last one when I was 21. It's very humbling to have made it this far when you're 15 years old and don't even plan to live to 16. So to be 30 is pretty surreal, and to be almost 30 and 6 years clean from drugs when you were using from the age of 18 to 23 is pretty amazing. I've had a difficult year. My dad died in January of a heart attack, and it's my mom's ex-husband, Dion, but he was pretty much like my dad. Anyway, and in March, my house got on fire, and I had 16 dogs and 3 cats, and 4 of my dogs died. And that was really tough. And so we relocated, and it's actually probably a better situation than we had before house-wise. It's a lot more modest, but I feel a lot more safe here. And it's kind of nice because we don't have to worry about a homeowners association with how many pets we have. Anyway, a lot has happened. And, I found out that my big sister from my last rehab stay actually died around the time the house fire happened. And she was just a few years younger than me, actually. And she was doing so well. Like, I don't think anyone saw this coming. Nobody even knew she'd relapsed, and they found cocaine in her apartment, and it was either a overdose or a suicide. Her mom won't say for sure. And she had so much going for her. She was in school. She'd studied abroad since getting out of rehab. She still worked at the rehab, and she was even fostering one of our rehab sisters' daughters. So she had so much going for her. And I mean, it just shows that, like, relapsing, you can never be too safe. You can never be too comfortable in your sobriety. I have to watch myself every day to make sure that I don't, like, ever go back into those, that addict mindset. And it was only recently that I kind of completely got out of my addict mindset. And by recently, I mean like early February. So it's been a long time coming. I just am I'm still very lost right now. Not gonna lie. I turn 30 on the 29th of August, and I'm still so, like, I got my GED since getting clean. and I got my recovery support specialist license so that I can work with other people with substance abuse issues and mental health issues. And I'm definitely really passionate about helping others who've been in a similar situation. And, lately it's been really difficult. I've been very happy for the past few years, despite like in a year of immense physical health issues that could not be explained, and just so much drama and things out of my control. All these plans you have for yourself when you're young, when they don't come true or come to fruition by the age that you had them planned by, it's really kind of defeating. I went from like, okay, I'm gonna get married at 25, I'm gonna have my first kids at 27 and they're gonna be twin boys, and I'm gonna have my first daughter at 31, and I had names picked out for everyone, and now here I am, and like, I'm 30, I don't have kids, I've never had a relationship that lasted longer than 2 months, and both of those were terrible. And I actually don't even want kids anymore, to be perfectly honest. And it's just so, it's so crazy how much things can change in such a short amount of time. You just never know. And yesterday I was feeling really, really low, and I wasn't even excited for today. I was just so upset because I'm like, life was just not how I wanted it to be at all. Like, even, I know life was never turns out exactly how you want it to be. But I mean, I've been trying for 2.5 years to get a job working with addicts and people with behavioral health issues, and like, no one will hire me because my record is so spotty with my work history because of the drug use. And I don't have like a felony or anything like that, but I just have a really bad work history. And of course there's the aesthetic of the piercings and the job stoppers. So don't worry, I get that that's my fault. I understand that. That's a risk you take. But, it's just, it's hard. It's definitely, there's Jareth. It's definitely something that I need to just keep striving for, because this is what I want to do. I want to help people. I do. And, I used to want to be a singer, and I was really good at writing and wrote my own music, and I was a good singer. And, but I didn't have like the ambition to actually do anything. I had my bipolar disorder grandiose thoughts of what I needed to do, just have the right person see me, and the right person hear me. And I just never made any effort to get to where I needed to go to pursue my music career. And I never stuck to even any music lessons, to be honest. Guitar, didn't stick to that. Piano, didn't stick to that. And when I was a kid, didn't stick to ballet class or dance class or anything like that. It just seems like I never really complete anything. And I actually completed getting my GED and studied for it and passed it on the first try. And I actually completed getting my recovery support specialist license. And I'm definitely been working to get into that field, and I'm not done trying. I'm not done trying to help people. I'm definitely going to continue pursuing my dream of working with addicts and people with mental health issues, and helping people overcome what they're going through. And I don't know how I'll do it, but I'll do it, you know, even if it's just helping that one person. I mean, I remember being like 18, and I think this was before, it was before I even started using. I got a quote from Schindler's List, which is, whoever saves one life saves the world entire. I got that, like, it's like right here. And I got that tattoo, and I do super believe that you can just save one life, and it's like a ripple effect. And that's what is really important to me. But you know, I don't know if anyone's gonna see this, and whoever does see this, please don't bash my makeup, because I've never used false lashes before and I'm not good with makeup, but I wanted to try it for the video. So I'm definitely not a makeup artist, obviously, but you know, all I care about is getting my story out in the hopes that it'll help people. Because, you know, especially after I found out that my big sister from rehab had died, you know, I was in such a dark place for like 3 days. I was having my first suicidal ideations, in like serious suicidal ideations, in so long, and it was just a dark 3 days, and I did everything I could to get help. I even called a suicide hotline for the first time ever, the National Suicide Hotline, and they put me on hold twice during the conversation. I eventually just hung up, and to their credit, they did try to call me back a few times, and they left a message, but I was still kind of over it. But I listened to music, and I watched documentaries, and I was able to put my crisis plan into effect that I've had with my behavioral health provider, and I got through it, and that was really great. And even though I'm not depressed, I'm definitely not happy like I have been the past few years. You know, with all the stuff going on with the fire at the house, and you know, my relationship with my mom has been extremely strained. We were always so close, and now we're just not as close as we used to be. I feel so useless, and I can't get myself moving as much as I used to be, as much as I would like to and help as much as I would like to. And I'm still working really hard to try to get a job right now. But anyway, you know, yesterday I was just feeling really horrible, because it's like, yeah, you know, I'm 6 years clean, and I'm 30 next month, and what do I have to show for it? And, you know, I guess it's really easy to look at all the things that are not in your favor. But, you know, I survived 2 major suicide attempts that I should have died. And not only did I survive, but I didn't have any lasting damage. And I, you know, survived heroin addiction. And there's just like so much that I know I need to look at it as there's a bigger plan for me, and my story isn't over yet, and I'm not done yet. And you know, I've had such a messed up sleep schedule lately. I've been awake like 20 to 30 hours at a time, and I don't know if it's like mild mania, but that isn't usually how my bipolar mania manifests itself. I'm not having grandiose thoughts or anything like that, or excessively spending money. It's just that, like, I'm awake for so long. I'm not even doing anything like cleaning or whatever while I'm awake. I'm just awake. And it was just super difficult. And yesterday I'm like, you know what, I'm not even gonna do anything for my 6 years. Honestly, I'm just so over it. And I ended up getting good sleep last night for the first time in like 2 months. And I fell asleep last night at 10:30 watching The Family Chantal on TLC. And I woke up at like 1 o'clock and kind of spent 15 minutes getting my bearings while getting ready to just completely turn in for the night. And then I woke up at 7 a.m. and I'm like, you know, I feel okay. I'm not happy, but you know, I'm gonna go out and do what I'd planned to do. I'm gonna go see The Lion King 3D today. And I'm going to actually not act like I've completely given up, because I haven't completely given up. And no matter what you're going through, I hope you don't completely give up either. So I'm gonna continue posting this channel, like give you more history about, you know, what led to where I am now, what led to my addiction, what led to my history in the past with, you know, depression and suicide and all of that. And I'm definitely going to share my story, because no matter who hears it, if anyone hears it, that's great. That's all that matters. At least there's like a footprint that I was here, and that if anyone sees it, if anyone can relate, if it helps anyone, then it was all worth it. So, you know, I have these are pretty much just all like my sobriety related tattoos. I have my my dragon, because I used to chase the dragon, but now you know, I've conquered it. I have my poppy, because like, you know, opium, heroin addict. And this is Latin, and it says, "Prefer et obdura dolor hic tibi prodere olem," which means, it's actually from, I first heard it in The Walking Dead. It was this, and they only said the second half of it, but I had to look it up, and it means be patient and tough. Someday this pain will be useful. Okay. Well, I've been patient, I've been tough, I've been through a lot of pain, so I'm ready to put it to good use. So, you know, that's just my metamorphosis, and old school. All right, well, I'll keep you updated. So if you stopped by, thank you for watching the video, and I hope you continue to follow me. So have a great July 23rd. Okay, bye.